certainly had an effect on us, got us pumped up for the games.
Real talk. That's real. You said it all.
All right. I can see the respect you're showing without a jacket today. All right, let's get it started in New England. Shout out to your ex. Cam Newton had a rocky first year in New England, but he's getting several new receiving targets after the Patriots free agency spending spree. You hear that, Acho? Former throwing coach Tom House. Whose house? Tom's house. Worked with Cam in the past and said, not bet against the former MVP, adding, quote, Cam will throw the ball better this year than he did last year. You hear that, Acho? So, Acho, have the Patriots set Cam up to succeed.
So now you care about the opinion of quarterback coaches? Marcel's Wiley?
First of all, Tom House? Yes, I do, because I worked with Tom House before.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? I'm going to tell you my story. I got a Tom House story. It's a beautiful one.
Yes, the Patriots are setting Cam up to succeed. And they are so because I see the shot.
Hold on, where's the but statement?
There's no
but statement?
There is no but, America.
I love
Me
this.
and my dog on this beautiful Friday.
Don't say your dog today.
I know.
Respect.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
They're setting him up to succeed because the only way you can succeed first and foremost is with an opportunity.
Yes,
right? Like
yes.
The first thing I need is an opportunity.
Yes.
And the Patriots are giving Cam Newton an opportunity when no one else was.
Okay.
That's first and foremost. Last year, nobody else was checking for Cam, and they said, you know what, Cam? We see you in the discount section, but we think you still got. He was in the discount.
He was at Ross?
He was. He said he was at Marshall's. We see you, Cam, but we think you still got something there. So they went through the aisle, they looked through the discount clothes, they found Cam Newton on the cheap. Then he did below average, but enough for some, like Marcellus Wiley, to say, hey, give him another shot. They gave him another shot. But more importantly than that, fans, is this. They're making him the kind of exclusive starter, like not even competition. Remember, competition breeds excellence, but a competition can also birth failure.
I heard
right?
you.
Cam Newton right now, he ain't got to worry about that. Ain't got to worry about no failure because there's no competition.
Jared Stidham in the building. In the building.
What building? Okay, so not only are you giving them an opportunity to succeed, because you're giving him an opportunity, but then you're not even having to make him compete. And then furthermore, you're giving him talent around him this offseason. Sal, I'm going to dive into it deeper on my next lap, but I'm going to leave y'all with a cliffhanger. Everybody says, well, the Patriots only went out and signed Nelson Aguilar in free agency this offseason. That's wide receiver. They signed Kendrick Bourne, a couple tight ends.
I see your list.
The biggest name on that list for the wide receivers, Nelson Aguilar. But Acho, he only had 896 receiving yards. I get all that. But then you look at the receiving market in free agency. It wasn't really robust.
Okay.
Chris Godwin, he franchise tagged, so he stayed in Tampa. Outside of that, Marvin Jones, he had 900 yards this offseason. Curtis Samuel had 800 yards this offseason. Nelson Aguilar was the third best receiver in free agency statistically, coming off of last season. So I don't know what else Patriots fans can do for Cam Newton. I don't know what else Bill Belichick can do from Cam Newton. I don't know what else McDaniels can do for Cam Newton. They have set him up to succeed. Now it's all on Cam.
Did I just hear a take that basically said, yes, they set Cam Newton up to succeed, but he will fail? Did I hear that? Did I hear that whisper?
The but he will fail, I believe, was in parentheses. I didn't say it out loud, but I do think the world kind of expects it to exist.
Oh, like the cartoon thought bubbles? That's what it was? Okay. Well, let me answer the question explicitly. Cam Newton has been set up to succeed, and he will succeed. Okay? Think about what Cam Newton went through last year. Like, we can't be up here in this air-conditioned studio, former players, and so far removed from the game that we forget the rigors of the game.
No doubt.
Cam Newton, think about this, Acho. In your 4 years, my 10 years, our 14 years of collective NFL experience. Yeah, top that other shows with no moderator sitting here saying that was good, that was bad. Nah, dog, we got this. Let's talk about how it was. When you are a player that is coming off of injury, you are on a mission to prove to yourself that you can be your old self. But you know what the healthy players are saying in that same offseason? That I'm on a mission to prove that I could be better than I was. Cam Newton was robbed of that experience. That's just the starting point. Then, as you said, he goes through an offseason where he has no offseason. No one does because of COVID. He goes through a situation where he's picked up in July, like 4th of July time. So there's no offseason. Everything's virtual. There's no preseason to even just get into the groove, just to know, okay, let me take this playbook and materialize it on the football field. Okay, that's all that before we even play one snap of meaningful football. Then he's in an offense that no quarterback succeeds in year one. That's going back to Vinny Testaverde. If you want to go way back with Bill Belichick in Cleveland, that's going to Tom Brady, you could go to Matt Castle, whoever you're going to name, their year one, either they were sitting down, absorbing, internalizing the system, or they struggled. Now we get to Cam Newton, who's playing meaningful football finally, and he's on a team that has been robbed and devoid of so much talent that Tom Brady, after 20 years, said, peace, I'm up out of here, because y'all ain't got enough to get back over the hump and get back into a Super Bowl contention. So Tom Brady disappears on this team. Cam Newton arrives late for this team with a squad with no weapons, worst tight end group in the NFL the last 2 years, and third worst receiving group in the NFL last 2 years. And Cam Newton is saying, bring it on. And then Cam Newton started off fast. I remember early shows with us talking about, damn, Cam took Seattle all the way down there. Damn, Cam looked pretty good, 2-1 start. And then on top of everything I just said, Cam Newton himself catches COVID, big dog. So instead of improving on his old injured self, instead of being a guy who could go out there and learn this system and have time to do that, instead of a guy who could have the repetitions in preseason to do that, that guy plays with a bunch of dudes who didn't qualify for Super Bowl standards and then catches COVID. And you sit here and say, that was a horrible, what did you say, below average year?
Below average.
Oh, my God. If you want to look at 21 total touchdowns, 10 interceptions with those circumstances and that adversity as a below average year, brother, you have forgotten where you came from.
Here's the thing, Stel. I haven't forgotten where I came from. I remember where I was when I was there, and what I remember is very simple. I don't care about how rough the tide is. Just bring the boat in.
Oh, don't tell me about the pain. Just show me the baby.
That's it,
That's what my coach used to say.
You talking to me about how rocky and how rough the tide is, and Bill Belichick doesn't care about all that. You shouldn't either as a non-biased analyst, nor should I. We should just sit here and figure out, did he bring the boat in or not? Now, when you talk about setting Cam up to succeed, I'm going to spend my second lap saying how they have. But I think the real conversation needs to be how it's really boom or bust now for Cam. Nonetheless, Patriots this offseason, they went and they got a beast left tackle in Trent Brown.
There you go.
Same Trent Brown that went to Oakland, well, went to Las Vegas, formerly Oakland, went to Oakland from New England, signed the biggest and richest deal for a left tackle at the time. So they got him a stout left tackle. Then remember Cam Newton, he finished 5th in the NFL last year in touchdown passes in the red zone. So what do? We'll just bring you Jonnu Smith, tied for 4th in touchdown passes amongst all tight ends.
Now
Cam Newton, you throw the deep ball not very frequently, but you throw it very efficiently. You've told me this.
Very well. Number one. He throws it the least often, but when he does throw it, he's the best at doing it. You didn't have to throw that first part in there, but I'm listening.
When he does do it, he balls.
Okay.
So we're going to bring you in the second best playmaking big-time receiver as far as statistically, Nelson Aguilar, 18.7 yards per catch. So now, Cam Newton, you ain't got no excuse to sell. You said that the Patriots lost 4 games by a touchdown or less.
Yeah, deep in the opponent's territory.
Yes, bingo. One of those games was to your Buffalo Bills. Now, how do they lose to the Buffalo Bills? There was 1 minute and 39 seconds left. 1 minute, 29 seconds left. You got the ball.
Don't do this.
5 straight times you call a running play. So what happens on the 5th time with the running play? Cam Newton, you sit there and you fumble at the 12-yard line. All of a sudden, the Buffalo Bills, they beat you by 3 when you were already in field goal position. So at least you were going to tie. And best case, you were going to go down there and win. But why do you got to call 5 consecutive running plays with 1 minute and 29 seconds left in the opponent's high red zone to low red zone? Because they don't trust Cam Newton with the weapons, with the current weapons.
You think that's the only reason?
That's the issue,
Or you don't want to make sure you score fast and give them the ball back quick.
With that Patriots offense, you don't worry about scoring fast. You worry about scoring. So Cam ain't got no more excuses. Beast left tackle, 2 stout tight ends. Now you have an X-play receiver. He's set up to succeed. Now we got to talk about if he will and if he doesn't, what are the ramifications?
Okay, this set up to succeed. I hate that it has so many qualifiers from you. Like, I am doing my job when I say, man, that was a tough situation you were thrown into. Like, that's doing my job, big dog. For those who don't dive into the details, I must get wet, mess this hair up in the deep end of the pool, letting everybody know all the hurdles that he had to face. I'm not going to go into my track examples, but you know your boy last night on DVR was watching them Texas